because this is something that we've never had before and something that a lot of women can react to if they don't know what they're supposed to be doing, or even if it's just the wrong formula for their skin. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys and see how you were feeling about this launch coming up. So Selena, you have it, right?
I do.
Yeah. And how are you feeling about it?
Well, I have not had a reaction of any kind.
Good.
Like I was to the point where I was like, am I doing this right?
Yeah.
So, and I too have done the link and learn, and I've read all the stuff. What really concerns me is the 8-week process.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't think it's something, I mean, obviously it's not something we can sample. And people like me, the one drop with mixing with the milk and putting it on and waiting a week and doing it again. If I wasn't doing it as part of the Mary Kay thing, I'd have gone, whatever.
You're not sure you would be part of that. So that's a fair concern. So if you're just joining us, we're just talking about the clinical solutions and kind of just airing our fears about it and sort of giving us an opportunity to air it out and figure out what we're going to do to sell this stuff moving forward. Okay. I just want to preface it by thinking, I want to tell you, it's an awesome product. Like it is like kick ass awesome, but it might be a little harder to sell. So just things like that. So Selena was just saying that it's something that you try once in the first week and then you do it twice in the next week and things like that. And she's thinking her customers might lose patience for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to address the fear, and I want to hear your solutions to that problem. So Selena, let's pretend Selena has a specific client that is like, that's cool, but I'm never going to remember to do that. What's something she could do with that client?
Well, I would like text her, okay, it's Tuesday, wash your face early so you can have the time to wait the 10 minutes or the 15 minutes, and then don't forget to do your clinical salute. Like I would be her reminder for the 8 weeks.
Right. Okay. So scheduling texts,
I would also be,
things like that. So that would work really, really well. If you do use something like Project Broadcast, which is another app, and I know it can be pricey, it's $10 a month, but you can schedule texts. So you could create something where it's like once they start that they can opt in to the text messages that are automated that say, don't forget to wash your face. So there are things that you can set up in Project Broadcast, and it is free for the first 30 days. So it's something that you could try. But basically they get a text message when they start their program, and then it says to opt in, like they can ask to opt in, and then they would get their text messages in the frequency you set it up for. And it would come as personalized. It would say like, hey, Robin, it's Carol. Just your nightly reminder that tonight's your night to try your clinical solutions mixed together. What's another solution, you guys, that she could do? So you got a client that's like interested in it.
Put a reminder in her own calendar.
Yeah, you could help her set up her own phone alerts or her own Alexa alerts. Sorry if I said anyone's off when I said that.
You could send her something that she can post in her bathroom to just be like, this is your tracking sheet.
Yeah.
On the day that you start, and then you know which day that you need to do it on. Because I know if it's me, like I'm gonna be like, okay, so the first week I can only do it one day. Then I'm like, not to think about 5 days in, I'm like, when did I do it?
When did you do that? Yeah, exactly. So the good news is there is a printable that is with the Link and Learn that we got as directors. I have messaged Michelle Horlak, and she's looking into creating like a little one that we can put as a picture, like in one of those dollar store picture frames that's like clear, that stands up in their bathroom. So a 4x6. And she asked me, do we want it to be printable or to be ordered through Staples? And I was like, both. So, I mean, I'd rather just print the thing than have to order 25 at a time. So that's an option as well, like just creating that schedule with her in that process. Who's going to be more sold on doing that?
Mature people.
Yeah. and
older.
people who are really looking to make a difference in their skin. So that's the first thing I want you to really think about. This is not a one size fits all product. Homework for all of you is I want you to Google the retinol uglies.
Retinol uglies.
Retinol uglies. It's a big thing. So remember, retinol is usually a prescribed product from a dermatologist or a facialist, things like that. So this is something that celebrities use all the time, but they go through a retinol ugly stage. It's like a lizard sloughing off its skin. So then let's work through that fear. So Cindy's your client. Cindy's going through the retinol uglies or is worried about it. What do you say?
Keep going. Use more of the facial milk.
Yes.
You will get through this.
Use more of the facial milk. You make sure she's not using any products that aren't recommended. What else? Isn't now the perfect time to be ugly? I mean, half our faces are covered up by masks. We have Zoom filters. Or you can get Snap Camera if you don't have the Zoom paid for filter. You can sell her makeup to cover it. And it's the perfect time so that when we go out without masks, her skin's going to look amazing.
Would it be a part of like your initial consultation when you're kind of going, okay, like, because I've got a couple customers that totally want to hear about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, once I know the ins and outs of it, and it'll be like, I'm going to set up an initial consultation and we're going to go through it before you even buy it. We're going to talk about the product. We're going to talk about what could happen. And basically, like, you got to educate them beforehand.
Yes.
And be like, this may happen. Don't freak out because it's a normal thing for.
Yeah, that's right. It's not an allergic reaction to go through the retinol uglies.
But I think it's important that we probably have to do an education consultation before even selling them the product.
Exactly. Because I think my big fear, Andrea, you're right. It's like they're not going to do, not you guys, but I feel like a lot of people are not going to do an initial consultation. They're going to be like, look at these before and after pictures. This product's really great. Who wants it? And then the people are posting pictures of their skin flaking like crazy, and suddenly Mary Kay's got a bad rep. Right? So it has to be part of it. Like, this is not your normal skincare. This is advanced skincare.
Well, it's like the ladies that pay all the big money to go to the spas that do the retinol treatments, and they do the planing and the high. I mean, they look horrific when they come out of there.
Oh yeah. Like I got
And
that
they pay
vampire
you
facial.
huge. Yeah.
I looked horrible for 2 weeks. Like I looked like I'd been through a war, but it sure helped.
Mm-hmm.
And I built it into my schedule to do that. And the whole point of the 6-week process is so that it doesn't cause that. So that's the other thing that we can really stress is like, we might want to rush it, but it's not worth rushing.
And it's okay to back up a step.
Yes. Yeah. And it's okay to find your perfect formula. This is one thing I've learned from talking to the other directors too. Some people really like when you get to the 8 weeks, you're supposed to just put the retinol on and then follow it up with the cleansing milk. And some people are still finding that's pretty burny. So a lot of people are finding that they enjoy it mixed together all the time. You can do that. Now it will come, there are sample bottles that we will be able to buy, little ones that are designed to be like a small program. Basically, you're going to have to really stress that what we're looking for in the beginning when they try it is not, it's going to burn a little bit. So this is like a prescription. So when you hear advertisements for prescriptions, what does it say? Side effects may include, right? So you're going to say that, like, this is a prescription. We are prescribing something for your skin. This is a one-on-one relationship. We're going to go slowly with this. The first thing I want you to really look for is I want you to test this just on one spot on your face, doing it exactly the way you would do it for the very first time. And then make sure like there's no blood, like no, blisters and things like that. That is not normal. Slight burning is normal. High sloughing off of dead skin, totally normal. It's super weird. It's really creepy, especially if people haven't had a good exfoliation routine. Because remember, these are directors that have tried this, that have been like hardcore skincare people for a while. So we might have a lot of people that have like never done anything, and their skin is going to go through a retinol ugly more than anyone else as well. But they're going to be your biggest results too. You guys, have you ever had somebody start a new program and they're saying to you, I don't see a difference in your skin, in my skin, and you're like, are you on crack?
Are you using it right?
Yeah, but you can see it and you're like, how do you not see it? The thing is we see things other people don't see because we're skincare experts. So you have to show that. So I want you to make sure when you have somebody starting this that you get her before picture. So you're going to get her to send it to you so you have it. And then you're going to take it, and when she sends you her 4-week picture or whatever, you're not going to show her whole face, or you're distracted by a whole face. You're going to take like a portion and compare it, or do half the original face and half the new one so they can see how higher up at things are. And you're going to make sure you put little arrows on pic collage and things like that to show what you're noticing, because she won't see it. I mean, even like Crystal, you just did all those before and after pictures, right? And one thing you had said to me before you did the pictures is, I don't know if it's making a big difference, but my skin is way softer. And then you took the pictures and you're like, I don't know. I mean, it's brighter, but it's like way different. Like, I'm just going to hang on. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm going to find it really quick here.
I loved this product. I had no issues with it. It was awesome. There was no burning, there was no stinging, there was no flaking, no peeling, no nothing. My skin had a tiny bit of redness on my forehead while I was using it. Other than that, it was perfectly fine for me.
That's awesome. I had no issues, except I didn't realize, or maybe I just didn't read, but you're not supposed to. Crystal, where did you post those pictures? Are they in your customer group?
Yes.
What's your customer group called again?
Why do you ask me hard questions?
I know, right? Sorry.
VIP something.
You don't know the name of your customer group?
No.
Oh.
Hold on.
That means you need to change it to something simple.
I thought it was simple. MK Beauty and Skincare. Then it says Crystal's VIP team.
MK
Beauty and Skincare.
There we go. I was like, I can't find it. Okay.
It would have been one of the first, because I'm going to go live in this group tonight and do a demo for my customers.
Perfect. Okay, so I see other people's before and afters. There's your videos. Crystal's killing it on her VIP page, by the way, you guys. It's awesome. Come on. Sorry.
Whoa, I post a lot in there. There it is.
It's good. Oh, here it is. Okay. Come on.
Open.
There. Oh. Why did it do that? There. There we go. Can you guys see this? So the way that you would really show this too is by showing how much higher up the cheekbone is on each side and how much more smooth her complexion looks, right? So if you highlighted those areas and really showed that, that makes a big difference. But can you tell between before and after?
I feel like if you're looking at my angry eyebrow, that's definitely toned down some from the first to the last.
Your people's eyebrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 11.
I see a difference in your jowl lines.
Uh-huh.
A huge difference, especially from when I'm looking at it at my left where the dates are.
Jowls, Andrea.
I know it.
Crystal.
You don't have jowls, but yes, that.
Oh yeah, no, I know what
like
you're saying.
the marionette line, we call that right here.
Yes.
And then right here, it's way tighter in the second one. So that's what I mean. People are more likely to notice it when it is individual pieces. The full face is distracting to people. So it's hard to see. Okay, so I'm just, hang on, whoops, sorry. Stop share, go back to gallery. Other fears.
I have, because I've tried to look to see if I can find it in any of the literature. I haven't done, like, I'll admit I haven't done Link and Learn yet because I have to find a time to sit down and do it. But medication reactions, because Lori said that there is certain medications that you can't be on to use this products, and I would like, what medications are those?
Right.
A lot of the people that I know that are interested in using it are most likely on some kind of a medication, and I want to be sure before I even talk to them about it to be like, okay.
So what you're going to do with those customers is, and interrupt me if anyone else has a suggestion, but everyone who goes on a prescription has that little sheet that comes from the pharmacist. And that usually has all the counterindications to retinol. So you just say, look for the word retinol or vitamin A, because that's all retinol is, as a counterindication to your medication. That way it's private for them what they're on, because they may not want to share that. Fair, right? And then it's in their court too.
And if they don't have those, just tell them, okay, I want you to phone your pharmacist if you're on
Yeah.
medications, and make sure that your medications don't react with either vitamin A or retinol.
That's it.
Or they could Google the medication and see if there's a list of ingredients online.
Because there's lots of them out there that say what the counterindications are.
Yeah.
But it's not very many medications, guys. Like, we're talking about a topical solution, right? So it's pretty rare that it's going to cause something. The only ones who might have an issue are ones who are on medications that might cause photosensitivity. Like if they're sensitive to light because of this medication, then vitamin A may cause more issues. Because retinol will already make you more sensitive to light. That's why it's telling you to wear sunscreen during this process. So one thing I want to make really, really clear is that this is a 6-week process, but then it is continued on 2 to 3 times a week forever. And the first 6 weeks are the issue. The rest of time is not. So the reorder business will be huge because it's not a ton of extra steps in between. We really have to be very clear with our customers too, that they can't use a lot of their normal Mary Kay products. Charcoal masks, exfoliators, they're going to find that they might get a little bit flaky. I know that I do. And then my first urge is to reach for microdermabrasion or the facial peel, and then I'm setting myself back 2 weeks in the process. It's not worth it. Let you be flaky. Tell them to expect the flakes. It's okay. The results are huge. Sorry, go ahead, Andrea.
No, my biggest worry is that I'm going to get people that are going to, okay, like I've told them everything. I said, this is a 6 to 8 week commitment in order to, to get where you need to be.
Yeah.
And they're going to treat it like a workout program. And after 2 weeks, they're going to be like, I'm done.
Okay. So what do you guys think? What can we do to make sure that doesn't happen?
Make it fun.
Yep. That's a good idea. You could, sorry, they're chasing the cat. You could create a Facebook group for your clients that are on this program. I really think that's a great idea so that they're not discussing any issues within your main customer group. And then,
would you do it as a room or a separate group?
I think I'd do it as a group, but you could do it as a separate room as well, because the room stays open, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could keep it as a room. The only issue with a room is that you get all the notifications. So sometimes people don't enjoy staying in there very long. So they might enjoy the group instead. And then the other thing is like, if you were to join a gym, for example, in January, in normal times, not right now, and then you signed up with a trainer, and then you started going every day, and then you stopped going for a week, what would the trainer do if she was a good trainer? She'd be texting.
Beginning.
Yeah, and she'd be making sure that you're back to the beginning. Exactly. So if they take a week or two off, they have to start at the beginning again. So you have to be really like, this is a specific program. Like, this is not something you're going to keep tons of stock of. You want a few, but not a ton. This is something that you're going to work very closely with the clients that you have on it. And then you're going to make sure you remind them in 2 weeks, because they are going to forget. You're right, Andrea. They are going to be like, okay, cool, I'm done.
Well, I think they're just going to be like, you know, like, well, I've been working out for 3 days and I'm still not like hard bodied. What the heck's the matter? You know, it's like that sort of thing. Like, even though, you know, we will say to them, this, you're not going to see, like, visible results are going to take time, but you have to, it's like any other program. You have to do the program correctly in order to see results.
However, I will say, you guys, you'll see results really fast. So here's one thing I want you to do with your customers. I want you to get them to take a picture the morning before they start, and then the next morning after their very first time. Because when you first put it on, sometimes it can cause a little redness, so it's hard to see. But the way your skin looks in the morning after you wake up, amazing. I actually thought I fell asleep in my foundation. Like, that's how good it is. I'm barely using any foundation these days because of it. Like, I use mineral powder and that's it now, and under eye corrector, because I don't need it. Even CC cream I find is too much coverage because there's nothing to cover. There's no broken capillaries, because that's something I deal with. There's no sun damaged spots, and there's no sallowness. I tend to get even, and you guys, I was just telling people before you guys all joined, but I just did my sleep survey thing for my watch. And for the past 3 months, I haven't had more than 4.5 hours sleep a night. And I'm going on an average, like the last 2 weeks, of 3 hours. So even without sleep, my skin is not suffering. That's pretty big, because usually that's the first thing that ends up looking like I look like a corpse. So that's the dog drinking his water, if you're wondering what that very large noise is. That's how loud he is. Okay, so you're gonna make a Facebook group, get them to take a picture in the morning before they start, and in the morning the next day, because they will see results right away. So that is nice, because that's a good incentive. When you go to the gym, you don't see results right away.
Can I ask a question, Carol? I know that it's not good for people who are using the Clear Proof line because of the salicylic acid in the toner. If somebody wanted to use it anyways, how long would they have to wait if they decide to stop Clear Proof and start Clinical Solutions? I didn't
Then
see
go
that
6
anywhere
weeks.
I was reading.
They can wait 6 weeks, and then chances are they won't need it. So many people on that director group too have been telling me how much their acne, like their adult acne, like not talking teenagers, but like hormonal premenopausal acne, has gone away completely.
So if they stop the Clear Proof, they have to wait 6 weeks before they can start Clinical Solutions?
And then they would, okay. They can start right away, like the very next day even.
They just can't mix it? Is that the problem?
Mix it. Yeah, so then get them on another skincare line that is allowed.
Okay.
So like botanicals or
naturally, or even the Time Wise is allowed, repair sets allowed, all of that is allowed. The only thing from those sets that isn't allowed is microdermabrasion and the peel and the masks. So I found even gel mask made me start flaking again, because I was like, oh, my skin's feeling really dry, I should put a gel mask on. And then now my nose is all flaky again. And I'm like, shouldn't have done that.
But even proof, like after they're done the 6-week, 8-week program, they can't reintroduce it.
They can, they would make sure, because some people won't react, they just would make sure. I'm sorry, hang on.
We're all laughing.
They're chasing the cat. And then the little one gets all like, "Rah, rah, rah," and then the big one's like, I must protect the little dog. He doesn't need to. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, as far as I know, now don't quote me, but if they do want to add Clear Proof back in, they would just do that on their non-retinol days. So they would just switch.
Something for retinol days and something.
Right. Yeah. So like they might want to, during that time of the month, not use their retinol product. Because once you're done your 6 weeks, you would use it 2 or 3 times a week. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can go back after 6 weeks to using a mask, to using your peel, all of those things. The reason why the gel mask reacted with me is because I sort of took some time off and had to start at the beginning again. Right? So, you know, it's just sort of finding, and that's the other thing to really stress with your clients is everyone's going to find their perfect balance.
Okay, so question. So once I've done my 6 weeks and then I'm on the maintenance, so twice a week. And if I stop, say 2 weeks in, like, or a month later, after I've done my 6 weeks, do I have to start over from the beginning again?
I would advise to maybe start with like just doing the retinol mixed with the cleansing milk that first, and then see how you react, right? And then you can reintroduce it as fast or as slow as you want. It's basically just a way to get your skin acclimated to it.
Okay.
So if you're not reacting, like, I mean, my face isn't very sensitive. You can usually take a Brillo pad to my face and I'm fine. So I don't know. I just use it. I love it. And it's made such a huge difference to my skin that it's worth the time and the investment. And I think this is really going to be something that a lot of our customers are going to become addicted to, where they don't want to live without it.
Crystal, how have you found your oiliness since using it?
I'm still oily.
You're still oily?
I
oily?
No, not as oily. And I like you said, the next morning after doing it, your skin is just like glowing and soft, and you're like, oh my God, yes. So the day after using it, awesome. But yeah, I'm not as oily. I'm still oily, but.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, you all have heard my bouts with oily lately, and I'm just like, I'm literally like shooting at every fish barrel to try, because my skin has become extra oily in the last, like, I am not kidding you, I am an oil slick.
I think this will really help you, Andrea.
So I'm hoping, like, that's why I'm super excited about it, because if I can handle my hormonal oiliness, then, you know, all my other 40 plus women are going to be like, give me.
Like, I'm moderately oily and I'm not oily at all anymore. At all. And I do love adding in the naturally oil back in to give myself a bit more moisture. So you can still use that. Now, the Link and Learn courses, do not be daunted by these, because I was procrastinating until I had the right time and the right energy and everything else. There's 2 ways that I love to learn about a new product. First of all, take 5 minutes and just do one, because it's only one course at a time and you can just do one. The other one is there are apps that read PDFs aloud. And so one thing I do is I will put the app on to read a PDF out loud and put my headphones on and get the dishes done or do the laundry. And all I'm doing is listening to it. So if you're an auditory learner like I am, that is something that will really help you. That's how I learned the naturally. And usually you can change the accent, so it's quite fun. So you can be like Welsh or Australian, and she'll just read it to you. She'll be like, the naturally line.
I feel like I crushed all 3 of them in like 15 or 20 minutes. Like they did not take long at all. Because I was the same thing. Oh, one day, one more day. And then I was like, just do it. And it took maybe 15, 20 minutes to do all 3. And then there's like a little quiz at the end. So just make sure you're listening and then you take the quiz. Yeah. Didn't take too long.
Yeah. I think it's the daunting of I'm scared to learn so much new information, but it's not really that much new information, you guys. Remember, do your customers give 2 poops about exactly the percentages of exactly the stuff? No. You need to know very clearly what they are not allowed to use and make sure you really counter that with the stuff they've already ordered. So you're going to be like, take your charcoal mask and put it under the sink so you're not tempted. Because it's your usual Wednesday, and I know it's your usual Wednesday thing, but take it and put it under the sink. Things like that. Be very clear with your customers about those things. Realize, like, we got 5 pages of stuff. I did a sort of informal poll of most of my director friends, and most of them did not read it. Did not read it. Angie Klotz did a full Zoom with a bunch of customers and put the charcoal mask on her face, and she turned bright purple from the reaction to it. And she's like, do you think I sold any charcoal masks? And this is before anybody knew about this product and we had to keep it secret. So she's like, oh, I'm trying a new medication and it's not working with the charcoal mask. This doesn't usually happen. Ow, ow, ow. So I wanted to show you the link and learn just in case you haven't actually looked at it yet. And it's okay if you haven't. I'm not judging you. Okay, I actually called and got them to take mine off of here so that I could start with you guys as though it's not on. So I talked to Isabel today and she took it all off. So it looks like I haven't completed anything except that even just clicking through it to show you guys and make sure it was ready shows that I completed some of it. So that didn't really work. All right. Really, the thing you need to know is that this is not just skincare. This is dermacosmetics. And that's all of that means is that it's a beauty product and a dermatological benefit. So it is something that can be prescribed in a dermatological office or dermatological office by a dermatologist. And retinol is something that is like that. So what you have to know is that we have the 2 pieces. You will sell a lot of these as a set, but you will also sell a lot of the Calm and Restore facial milk by itself because that stuff is amazing. It's so awesome for people who have sensitive skin, you guys. Like, it is like the bomb. What do you need to know about retinol? It's just vitamin A. It just helps the cells to reproduce. That's all it does, which is cell turnover. Okay, it is the #1 thing that makes the cells rework. It really just boosts the collagen and elastin. So think of the bonds of collagen and elastin that are in your skin. Retinol allows them to re-break and rebuild stronger. That's all it does. This is the most effective retinoid that you can get over the counter without a doctor's prescription. And normally, like, we don't have the percentage in our night repair, right? It doesn't say the percentage. This is 0.5. So if somebody says, well, what percentage of retinol is it? 0.5. This is encapsulated, okay? So that, or sorry, the retinol and time-wise repair is encapsulated so that it's not going to cause a reaction. And it's a delayed release system. But this is not. It's pure retinol at 0.5%. So they're getting the retinol right away. So encapsulated is just like, okay, think of a gel cap. Like if you pop in a leaf with a gel cap, the gel lining is designed to slowly break down so the leaf can be distributed without going right into your bloodstream, right? But if you wanted a pill to work faster, you'd stick it under your tongue and let it dissolve because there's membranes there and it would go right into your bloodstream right away. Does that make sense? So again, repair, like the purple box, which my children say is pink and it is not. I was like, I was on the committee creating it. It is lavender. I told Case to look for the purple box, and he's like, there's no purple box. There's only pink boxes. It's like that. It's encapsulated to slow release. This is like sticking it under your tongue. Okay? All right. Any questions about that? What are the main side effects? Temporary redness, dryness, and flaking. It's just an adjustment period. So here's how I would really sell this, you guys. I would say, you know how some companies or some salespeople will tell you that anytime you start a new skincare, you're supposed to go through like a serious adjustment process? We know that's not true. And we know that that's just a lie to sell you more skincare, right? So I would say it just like that. And then I would say, however, this isn't skincare. This is different. So this is going to cause some adverse reactions that are normal while your skin adjusts to it. The level of adjustment is different for everybody. It depends how sensitive your skin is. Can sensitive skin people use this? Sure. Are there people with rosacea that love it? Yes. Just depends. And everybody's different, and that's why we have a return policy. Okay? But then we've got the Common Restore Facial Milk. This isn't just some milk. This is fatty acids. So fatty acids are designed to soothe and hydrate. So that's all it is. It's just fatty acids, coconut, jojoba seed, sunflower, and olive oil. So you know when your grandma used to put on olive oil every night and duck fat? My grandma used duck fat and goose fat on her face. True story. So during the retinization period, you use it to dilute it. And then you use it daily to soothe your skin. You can use it even over makeup. Did you know this? So today when I went to go get ready for the meeting, and I'd already had makeup on from earlier because I had a Zoom call earlier, and I noticed that around my nose was flaking a little bit, all I did was put a little bit of the milk right over top of my makeup. So you can use it right over top. You can even apply it morning and evening before your moisturizer, and you can use it lots throughout the day. So think of the reorder potential here, guys. This is insane, and it feels really good, and it's really soft and really light. It doesn't even go on like a moisturizer. It literally looks like milk coming out. It's very thin. It's kind of like Serum C, but white. Does that make sense? And it's in a pump, so it's really easy. It's a great way to soothe irritated skin all the year round. So we used to have in microdermabrasion, remember step 2, before we had the pore minimizer? Do you guys remember that? Okay, so before, the people who were around before know this, but there used to be a step 2 that was about soothing your skin after you did microdermabrasion. It didn't have any pore minimizing properties. And we used to put that on burns and on rashes all the time, bug bites, all those things. Step 2 was like the thing. That was the secret hack in the Mary Kay world. This is kind of like that. So anyone can use this, even people who aren't using the retinol process. So here's the really good news is if somebody is reacting to the set, you can usually get them to keep the second step. Don't you think that's exciting? I think that's exciting. And the reorder potential is huge for that because they can use it all throughout the day. Here's the big no-no, no pregnant, no breastfeeding. Pregnant and breastfeeding women can use normal nighttime repair and normal repair set with doctor's advice, blah, blah, blah. Lynn Arnold, who used to be working for us in product, used to say, just tell them not to drink it. Always, that was her thing. So like it was fine, but this, not so much. Okay, so it's not just for the time-wise repair lover. Any ethnicity, the results on bronze skin has been fantastic, especially age spots on darker skin, because that's a huge issue. And it's a huge difference. Like my friend Felicia's picture is in the album. You guys got to see it. It's crazy. So anybody age 20 or older. See how fast this quiz is? Like it's so fast. It can amplify any Mary Kid's skincare line except for Clear Proof. So that's only because salicylic acid can make your face feel burny when you're using retinol. That's it. You can offer it to anybody. It doesn't replace their existing skincare. It just amplifies it. So that's really good news because you don't have to switch people. You're just amping it up. This is the perfect thing for any nighttime skincare routine. So somebody says, oh, I want to do this. Okay, that's all they need to do. Okay, are you guys ready? Unmute yourselves if you can and get ready to yell out the answers. True or false? The retinol in Time-Wise Repair performs the same way as the retinol in Clinical Solutions.
False.
False.
False. Why?
Not in
Financial advisor. I hear somebody's thing is going about financial advising. Okay, so yeah, it's false because the repair is encapsulated. Slow release. I have to move your faces over. I can't read this. Here we go. What plant oils are in the Calm and Restore facial milk? Jojoba seed oil, yellow, yes, if it's in it.
Yes.
Coconut,
Yes.
Yes.
sunflower,
Yes.
Yes.
and olive.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it all are correct?
Yes.
What does Clinical Solutions help with? Fine lines and wrinkles,
All of the above.
discoloration, loss of firmness, or all of the above? Yell it.
All of the above.
All of the above. Retinol is a derivative of which vitamin?
Vitamin A.
Hey.
Vitamin A. And I think this is the last one. Someone who's using Clear Proof can also use Clinical Solution. True or false?
False.
False. Can they use it without using Clear Proof? Yes. So an acne skin client can still use it, but we don't use them together. Okay?
So Carol, is there
Yeah.
salicylic acid in the Clear Proof moisturizer?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's in everything.
Hmm.
All right. So you guys, that was one module. How long did that actually take?
No time.
Like no time at all. It's just that our brains go, oh no, I have to really dig into this. I'm never going to be able to do this all.
It's true.
Right. And I know because I did it. Same thing. Okay. Here's the thing I really want you to be careful about is this one is keeping your customers in mind. It's not just for the Time-Wise Repair, any ethnicity. We know this. Okay. Oh, I already did this part. It's the quiz. So you guys know that, right? You know that anybody can use this. So we're not just looking at our repair solution people. However, who are our ideal clients in this? Repair set people.
Well, the one is the difference.
Repair set people are the people. Why can I not go back to the freaking beginning on this thing? Sorry. Making me crazy. Repair set people are the ones most concerned with aging, right? However, a lot of people, because of the pandemic, have not taken care of themselves. True?
True.
How many women are now starting to realize that this isn't going to be life forever and that we will see people again without our masks on? And like, luckily, we're all 20 to 30 pounds overweight, so it's fine. Just kidding. But that's part of it, right? There's women joining workout routines now. There's women starting new skincare solutions. There's women doing health challenges because we're like, okay, it's time. It's time to really just take the reins of this now. We're done being sad. Now we're going to take control of this again. Fair? So this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time for this. 100%. First of all, any retinoid uglies, covered up. They're not going to see anyone anyway. And where is it? Come on. And they're going to have fresh new skin when they get out. And people will say, what have you been doing? And then that's great referral too. I've been on this Mary Kay program. Okay. Sorry. It's hard because I'm trying to do this and talk to you at the same time. So I'm just gonna scroll. Where did it go? The faces are in the way. Okay. Come on. Where's the course catalog? One thing I will tell you, be careful on your neck. Be really careful on your neck, okay? Some people can use it on their throat and neck with no problems. Other people cannot. I can, but I have to mix it like 1 to 4 with the cleansing, with the milk. So like 1 little pump and then like 4 pumps of the milk to make a diluted solution. But it does make me itchy.
Oh.
But it's done a huge job. Like it is like, you know,
So
with
is that
fluctuations, I was getting the, you know, vagina neck. So it was really helping a lot in that area. Sorry if there were kids listening, but it was like, you know, when it starts to do this thing, it starts to fold like that. But it's way tighter, like way tighter. And it's certainly not because I've been eating better or working out more.
so Carol, why is that we can't use it on her neck?
Just because the skin's thinner here, there are no pores on your neck. So it's going to go straight in, which can cause some sensitivity. That's all. It's not that it's bad to use it on your neck. And if you can, you should, but it's just because it could cause you to be itchy.
Okay.
So like the first time I did it, I thought it was going to scratch my neck right off. And I was already on like week 4. So I just did the straight retinol and then the cleansing milk on my neck. And I was like, just because it can be quite itchy. Is this helping to go through this, you guys?
Yes.
Even if you've already done it, is it okay? Tell me if it isn't.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just going to look through the protocol so that you know what the process is. Because I think we get the word keeps coming to me, but like bunged up is the word that keeps coming to me, but like constipated about this because we're like, I can't learn it and I don't want to learn it yet and I'm scared and I'm stuck. And then we get a block.
I get to the point where I'd rather have it in my hand and then I'll learn it. But then you kind of need to learn it before that so that you don't have to go, now what do I do with it? Because then right.
You don't want to do it wrong like we did.
And
And
I
not
probably
read the thing and use the Skin Vigorate brush and get all peely. Like seriously, it peeled all the way around my nose. So it was all red here. It was like a totally different nose. It was like, and you could see the line where the skin had peeled.
Ooh.
Just like a fresh lizard skin. Because they used the Skin Vigorate brush. You're not supposed to use that during this process.
So how long did it take you before you could start using other supplements again?
6 weeks. It should be like as once you're ready for the retinol process, then you just don't do it on the same day as you do the full process.
Okay.
But for me, it's the cats again. For me, I was finding that I stopped and then started and then stopped and then started, you know. And like people, you have to really be clear with your customers that like, don't you find when you dye your hair during different times of the month that it takes differently? Some people's skin gets very sensitive during different times of the month. So remind them of that, right? That sometimes that might not be the time to do it. Just the same as we might get breakouts that are hormonal. Okay, so this is how it works.
A good way to test that?
Pardon?
A good way to test how sensitive you are. I noticed if you have to pluck a hair off your face, like around your lip, it is unbelievably painful when you're the most sensitive.
Yes.
That's a good way to check it out.
And oh, that's the other thing. No waxing during this process. So tell your clients to get their lips waxed and their eyebrows waxed before they start.
There, it's good.
Threading.
Okay.
Switch to threading.
Even threading, no pulling hair. It'll be very sensitive. Okay.
And you tweeze?
Yes, you can tweeze, but carefully. Okay. It's 8 weeks. That's why we designed it to be 8 weeks. And you're going to really sell that. You're going to say, if you went to the dermatologist and they prescribed this for you, they wouldn't walk you through it step by step the way we do. We've designed an 8-week process so that your skin minimizes the reactions to this so you get the most benefits with the least amount of adverse reactions. You're going to say it just like that. Not, I know, it's 8 weeks. It's really long. So you have to sell benefits before you get questioned. Remember, that's a selling technique. Isn't it amazing that Mary Kay developed this so that we could have the fewest reactions in the shortest possible time? And they've really educated our people so that we know exactly how to sell this product.
Do
Okay.
you have a
So
script
first,
like that? Sorry, do you have a script like that, or is that written somewhere? Or
I
did
don't,
that
I didn't. I just made that up just now.
came out of your butt? Pretty
Yeah.
good.
You need to write it down.
Sorry, I am recording this. So I'll share it when it's done. Mind you, I'm like 12 Zooms behind, so don't hold your breath, but okay. But really just like that, remember anything you're selling in advance, you're gonna really take anything that might be a drawback and you're gonna make it a positive. Like your skin may react to this, but the good news is that's exactly what we wanted to do. The more it reacts, the more it's getting rid of all the old skin. That's better. The younger the people, usually the less they react. Or the more that they're using a good skincare product already. Okay. So you have to use the retinol process. So we're going to click to flip here. First time users, you have to establish a skin tolerance. So we're just establishing a tolerance. That's all we're doing. So the first sample sets, that's all you're trying to get them to do is create that so that you can sell them on continuing it. So we know that the retinol in our normal time-wise repair is delivered through delayed release. This is not. So look, it says right here, the retinization tracker will help ensure you're maximizing results while maximizing comfort. Look at this. There is a PDF that you can print for your customers. See? So they can track it per day. Now, if I were you, and I mean, a laminator is like $17 on Amazon most of the time, I would laminate this for their customers because otherwise it will be yucky and wet like it was for me, and give them a little dry erase marker. Maybe a little clipboard from Dollarama. I think you can afford the $3 that goes with a $150 set or whatever this is. I can't even remember what it costs, but you get it? Really pamper your customers. This is a big deal. So the first weeks 1 and 2, they use it on the same night and they dilute it with Calm and Restore facial milk. So 1 pump and 1 pump, that's it. And then they follow it up with their normal moisturizer. See, and then it says Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So they can just track it that way. And then weeks 3 and 4, they do it 1 time per week on the same night. And then they follow it with the Calm and Restore facial milk. And then on 5 and 6, they do it 2 times a week, followed by the Calm and Restore. And weeks 7 and 8, they do it 3 to 5 times a week, followed by Calm and Restore. It's got more specific instructions, but you have to wait 5 to 10 minutes after you wash your face before you do this. You don't do it immediately. So wash your face, wait 5 to 10 minutes, and then put it on. Avoid eye area. That doesn't mean avoid the crow's feet. You can go right here.
Also, what we heard, what another tip is, make sure you put your eye cream on before you do your retinol.
That is a really good tip because then if you do accidentally get it too close to the eyes, it won't absorb.
The other thing about laminating it is that it's around for long term. So if they haven't used it for a while, they'll see the sheet and go, hey, I should get that again.
Exactly. Exactly, because it's there and it's pretty. Once it's retinized, so once you're in weeks 9 and up, you can use it as often as every evening. So I'm at the point right now where I am using it every night mixed with the Restore facial milk. I like it way better when I dilute it. But you don't have to. You can do it however you want.
What are some of the other benefits you've noticed with your skin on this product?
Then, hey, I was getting a mustache from sun exposure. So like that darkening here, and it like completely went away. And you guys, you have to realize I'm hyper about hair removal because my mother had a mustache my whole life. And I was super paranoid about it. So like, I've never had an actual mustache. And all of a sudden I was getting this like darkening here. I'd have to put stuff on it all the time to take it away. And it really, really made a difference. And again, right here, huge difference. And right above my angry eyebrow, this skin is not wrinkly the same way.
That's where I have a ton of wrinkles up in that area on one side, more specifically.
And so if you have a customer that's like that, like I have a wrinkle specific in this area, or they have the what the fuck lines, like the, you know, the 11s, like tell them just put it there for their first 2 applications. They won't get the retinol uglies, right? They won't have to worry about a bunch of other issues, and they'll really see the results so that they're going to be more involved in this process. Hang on, I have to yell at my child because he is very, very loud.
Tinkerbell. Who's excited about this?
I am.
Oh yeah.
So good.
I'm excited.
I hate my hormonal skin. I'm dying for this.
You are gonna love it. Like seriously, you're gonna love it.
And when do we get to order it again? I'm sorry.
We don't know yet.
Oh, I thought it was
Well,
the 26th.
We may know.
16th.
Did they tell you yet?
I think the email that they sent out said February 16th, which probably then means for stars it would be a week earlier.
Yeah, February 9th is what it said for stars and PCP, and then February 16th for everybody else.
Or it might be a little earlier.
I thought it was earlier.
Lisa?
No, I think that's my guts. I thought I saw something. I must be imagining things.
I have a feeling it might be early.
It might be a little earlier.
Wink, wink.
I had a dream in my sleep, and that's what that was.
That's all it was. That's it.
I was imagining because I need these gone.
Okay, so here's your steps again. In the evening, you cleanse and dry your skin. You wait 5 to 10 minutes. You mix a pea-sized amount of the retinol with 1 pump of the facial milk. You apply it upward and outward. You allow for full absorption. You wait till there's nothing, you can't feel it, and then you put your other skincare products on. And you can put your Calm and Restore facial milk on anytime. And you can even put it over top of your makeup if you have any irritated skin. You just dab it on. And you make sure your customers are using sunscreen. So that's another cross producer. Like you want to make sure you're selling them a sunscreen for their face. So if they're not on a skincare regime, if they're not on a skincare regime, you want to get them on a skincare regime. It says on nights that you're applying retinol 0.5 before you apply eye cream before you apply it. Oh, and it says potential irritation can occur if you have additional retinol on your fingertips, which I didn't think about. And then after absorption, you can still use any serums. You can still use serum C+E and anything else, okay? All right. So don't use alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic, which is our peel. Once it's adjusted though, you can do that. You can just do it on the alternating nights. Okay, dead skin cells that are showing up, flaking that's showing up is because it's pushing them towards the surface. That's all. So it's not taking away healthy skin. It's taking the dead stuff that you can't even get to and moving it to the surface. Cool? When you're in the first 8 weeks, do not use serum C+E. Sorry, I meant to say like you can use serum C+E after your retinization process. But you would use serum C. I've been using serum C plus E in the morning and then retinol in the evening. So if you've just sold everybody's serum C plus E, don't panic. Do not use physical exfoliators, which is the Skin Vigorate brush or Botanical Effects or microdermabrasion. It says it's not recommended to use it in conjunction with your hydrogel eye patches. I've been doing it, no problem. But I haven't been doing it at the same time so that there's retinol on my fingers. Like I do the eye patches in the morning. So there's no retinol left over. But I'm also retinized. So it hasn't affected me, okay? And then your Sonic, not recommended to use it during the retinization period, not even the massage head. And then you're gonna slowly reintroduce it back in. Cool? Questions? If you know your customer is going skiing the next day, tell her not to use it the night before. Obviously, she's not going to the beach, but make sure that she's applying a sunscreen. It accelerates the turnover of brand new cells. So we don't want them outdoors a lot without SPF because that new cell doesn't have a chance to even form any kind of personal barrier against the sun. So it's going to increase sensitivity, but also can increase your risks to things like, I can't even speak today, skin cancer. Will it increase your results to use more retinol than recommended?
Oh.
It will not.
No.
So using more retinol than recommended will not increase the results. True, it will not increase the results. So do not speed up the process. Doesn't matter what it says. What you think, I mean, don't ignore what it says. Don't be like, oh yeah, it's fine. My skin can handle it. Doesn't make it better. What is the order of application when using retinol 0.5? What do you use first, guys?
Cleanser.
You cleanse. So I don't even know how to do this one. What do I do? Like
Drop.
this? Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Okay. Cleanser. Then what?
Eye cream.
Eye cream. Then what?
Then retinol 5.
The
Yeah.
retinol and serum.
Then your serum. And then your moisturizer. Did that demystify it for you guys?
Yes.
I always do my eye cream before my moisturizer anyways.
You should.
Yeah.
It stops any moisturizer from accidentally absorbing in there and getting all into your tear ducts. Which Mary Kay products can you use when you're going through retinization? Which one of these four?
Moisturizing stick.
The moisturizing stick. That's the only one during retinization. So during those first 8 weeks. That thing is God to dry skin, right? Like when you're going through this, by the way. Like I have two. I have one in my one in my nightstand and one in my makeup thing because it's awesome to just slather on if you're feeling dry.
The
Okay.
milk, you mean you melt the milk.
No, not the milk. The moisturizing stick. I use that too.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I use the milk a lot, but at night when I'm trying to sleep and it's like my nose is itchy or dry or anything like that, just,
yeah.
Should you apply it on a wet face?
No.
No.
Dry face.
It'll sting like crazy if you don't, wouldn't it?
Uh-huh. Unlike other things, sometimes it's better to put it on a wet face. This is not. This is dry face.
That's the same as the revealing facial peel, right?
Yeah, never put that on a wet face. It doesn't
Oh,
do
that
any
hurts.
good, and it hurts.
Hurts.
Okay, you do not need to use sunscreen when using retinol. True or false?
False.
False. You do need to use sunscreen. Or if they don't want to use sunscreen, tell them to stay the heck inside. Just be like, that's cool. You're not going anywhere
Curtains
anyway.
closed.
Okay. Does that help?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's feeling like a little bit more, I think I might know what to do?
Me.
Yes.
So do you have a specific customer in mind? So my advice is don't just try to just speak out into the void, which is great. But right now, I want you to reach out to 2 or 3 customers and see if they would be willing to try the sample sets that we will have available.
That's exciting.
I know. I'm really excited about there being a sample because I think that's so important that we have an opportunity for them to try to make sure they don't have major adverse reactions before we sell them an expensive set that we now have to do a return for.
Exactly. And
I have a fear with the sample size.
Okay, tell me the fear.
My fear is they're going to try it. It's not like our other products. They're going to try it. They're going to start seeing some redness, flakiness, and they're going to go, absolutely not. I'm not purchasing the full set, even though you've explained it to them.
Okay, so what do you guys think you could do to counteract that fear?
Talk about the reactions before she's even got it, because this is the process, talking about the process from beginning to end and being aware and expecting that.
Yeah, and say it to them about like 5 times beforehand, just being like ingrain it in their heads that this is normal. Send them, like, print off those. I'm sure they're on some of those cards.
Yeah, they are.
Give them the cards and highlight it before you laminate it for them.
Make them initial it like a lawyer.
You know, the other thing that you can do too, you guys, is if you make it sound like they have to agree to it because they are interviewing for it. You know, when you like apply for a job and they're going, this is really hard. And you're going, I know, I can handle it. And then you're in the job and you're like, this is really hard. And you're like, oh, well, I told them I could handle it, rather than if you told them it would be really easy and then it isn't. So getting them to, like, vetting them in advance, being like, listen, are you the kind of person that's just going to give up? Or are you the kind of person that really wants results? Like the same thing a trainer would say at the gym.
Yeah.
Think about it like that. This isn't for the lighthearted. This is for people who really want to see a skincare result. This is not for your lazy people who barely wash their face at night. Yeah. Those people, we wish them well in Wrinkles. But the people who really want to make results in their skin, the people who really want to turn back time, these are your people. And you got to be like, listen, I will invest the time in you and I will give you this sample at expense to me if you're willing to go the whole time till it's empty. Like that. Are you the kind of person who I can trust to continue the retinization process all the way through? Can I trust you? Will you be a woman of your word?
Yeah, I've already secretly told a friend that this stuff is coming. I said, but you can't tell everybody because I'm looking for the right. And I thought about you because I literally did this to her because I go, you, like, I did hear you say you're concerned about wrinkles. Goodness, she's young. I'm like, what? Like, she's like you guys, 35 or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm like 35 for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Exactly. So she's like, oh, I got it. Yeah, I'm so down for that. I really want to hear about it. So I already piqued her interest. And I think I'm going to interview some specific people this way and not get everyone on board. Definitely don't want everyone.
I solemnly swear.
Yes, exactly. Like brownie swear, right? Like, I will be a partner with you on this, but I'm looking for specific people. And I thought of you because I trust you and I know that you can trust me. Like those people are your people.
I've also got someone that loves the wrinkle filler because she's trying to fill in those fine lines constantly. So probably her, right? For sure.
Those are your perfect customers. Mm-hmm. People who have ever complained about forehead wrinkles, people who are talking about Botox. Think about this, you guys. When people go to get needles injected in their faces, are there possibilities of adverse side effects?
Oh my gosh, probably.
Absolutely.
Do they pay exorbitant amounts of money for this privilege?
Yes.
Yes.
Do they know that they might have a couple of days where they can't see people?
Yes.
Yes.
And they still do it.
Yes.
I paid $800 for my vampire facial routines. $800 for them to poke holes in my face and make me bleed. Oh, it's awesome. Totally amazing. But $800 to look like I'd been punched in the head. And I couldn't go in the sun. And I chose to do it in the summertime, which was very stupid. And you couldn't even put sunscreen on.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like I couldn't leave the house. It was really dumb, but it was awesome in the end. So I paid that. There are people that put no children are around. Like
Nope.
they take the skin cells from circumcisions and they make a serum out of them so that people can put them on their faces. Jennifer Aniston uses a serum like this as much as she would like to tell you that she uses whatever Aveeno or something she peddles, but she does not.
I see those commercials. I'm like,
yeah, right. Yeah. Like she was on Ellen talking about circumcised babies and what they use on their faces. So like, if people are willing to do that, a tube of La Mer skincare is $250 an ounce. That's not the size of a shot glass even at the bar. That is a very small shot glass for $250. That's a lot. Women are looking for solutions just like this, but a specific woman. Okay, a specific person is the ones that we're talking about here when we're looking for the retinol people.
Okay, so how do you tell your teammates? So like, I don't have 200 people on my team like you do, Carol, but definitely have some people on my team that would probably not have a clue because they don't ever seem to answer calls. Anybody have that? But how do you get them?
All my team members answer me all the time. And they all show up at meetings. Don't you notice?
I noticed. All 200 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with team members, one thing I'm going to be doing is when it is available to launch is doing project broadcasts to make sure that they know about it and telling team members that if they would like to be part of the retinol process with me and act as a customer, doing that. So I'm not talking about team members like you guys, like selling team members. I'm talking about like personal uses.
Yeah.
Asking them if they want to be pretend customers so that I can set them up in a routine, things like that. So I can make sure that I have a text I send out on Mondays. And you know, that's the thing. I'm going to make sure that all my customers that are on it are all doing it Wednesday night or whatever. Pick a night. And then do Monday, Wednesdays, whatever nights work for you. Not, oh, Susan's on Tuesday nights and Andrea's on Thursday night. No. You're doing it this night. That's it. Too bad. Too bad, so sad. Okay. So,
and you know what? I just want to share. I was at an event, and this was probably a couple of years ago, and there was a couple of women who were just bragging about how they were on a retinol treatment, and they were at a dermatologist and paid $500 for this. They were bragging, and they were talking about how their face was red, it was about to peel off, and they couldn't go anywhere. But it was the way they were talking was like it was a prestige experience to have gone through it, and then talked about, I didn't know what they were talking about, but now when you're sharing, I'm like, oh, this is probably what they were doing, because the one woman said, yeah, I stopped and then I had to start over the regime from the beginning, and it felt like my face was like gonna peel off or burn off, and I thought, who would ever do that?
Have you ever been in a room full of women sharing their birth stories?
Yeah.
Women like trauma. We love it. We love to share it. Don't we? And we love to trump each other in our birth stories, and nobody's birth story is as traumatic as ours. And we feel bad about our birth stories if they're not that traumatic, don't we? So same sort of thing. It's prestigious. It is something that only certain people can do. It's expensive.
It makes you feel like Wonder Woman.
Yes, it's true. But anybody who had a good birth experience in those rooms always feels like, oh God, I'm not telling anyone that it came out before I even got in the cab. You know what I mean? Like, okay, look. Retinol uglies comes up as the very first search thing. There's a full Reddit thread. There's a full thing on what happens during retinol uglies. Okay. And it is a whole deal. People are used to retinol uglies. Now let's look up a retinol treatment. Hang on. A 20-gram tube will cost about $75 for it normally. And let's see. Retinol treatment cost with dermatologist.
Hey, it's only $6.70 on Well.
Oh yeah. You can also order it on Wish and enjoy your face falling off. Okay, let's see what it would normally cost. I don't know. Topical retinoids. So like these are important articles to really be looking at. A lot of people are noticing the retinol is a huge thing for acne. So this is also something that you might want to really look at about topical retinoid and how that really reacts to acne. Do you know that when people go to like sun booths and things like that for acne, it makes a huge difference? It's because the sun triggers our vitamin A production in our skin cells. That's why, because it creates a retinol in its own way. All right. This is a very complex article. I'm not going to read that. But let's just go to shopping. Maybe it'll be under shopping here. Okay. Drunk Elephant's retinol cream, which is 1%, is $37. Like these are not, you know, okay, here we go. $5.80 in the squalene, whatever this is, for 1 ounce. These are not in the same way that we have it through something. Okay, we need a spa or something like that. Like, I don't know, Papillon Medical probably has it on their thing because that's my.
Go to the, what's it called? The Natural Art of Skincare. That's where my youngest daughter works in Calgary, and it's
okay.
Yeah, they do the microblading and all that.
And the whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's see if they let us look through here and find out what treatments they have. But there's a lot of different treatments. And that's one thing I think, you know, take a look at that and see if there's, you know, anything that you can even call and ask how much that would cost and find out about that, right? So it doesn't say anything on here. So what did you say was called? The Natural
Art of Skincare. They do, I don't know if they do retinol, but they do like let me see if I can find it.
There's a shop online at the top. Do you see that?
I do. I'm going to not subscribe to their monthly newsletter.
Oh yeah, the micro needling. $209 to have it micro needle.
Okay, so Luxe facial treatments. It's probably in here.
I think, eh?
That's LED and then microneedling. Yeah, okay, so these are like $200 a session. We have this awesome.
They come back every 2 weeks or every week, right? Yeah.
Because it doesn't work after a while. Like even with mine, I was supposed to go for 2 more times and I was like, no, I'm done. Okay, so this one's really good. So if you do no other course, my advice to you would be to do the Selling Solutions one because it is great. It basically goes through different scenarios and how to sell stuff to people. So we've got your selling, it's really cute little video. So it's easy to do. So the first thing they want you to do is to make a list of everyone you think would be a great candidate. Anybody 20 plus years, any time-wise repair customers, any 3D customers, anybody who's complained to you about skin dullness, uneven texture, lack of radiance, fine lines, and wrinkles. Here's one tip. Go through your group and search those terms. Search things like dullness and see who's commented, who's purchased things like tone correcting serum, stuff like that. All right, scenario number 1.
Hi, Carol.
Hi.
Hi, can someone on Botanical use this?
Yes, anything except for clinic or except for Clearproof.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, click the speech bubble to see the conversation. I thought there would be a great addition to your skincare routine. It's a addition to your skincare routine. Make sure you stress that. It's cutting edge, dermocosmetic. Use that word. Big words imply luxury and expertise. Would you have time this afternoon to talk about it? Instead of, would you like to try it? Would you have time to talk about it? So here's what she says. I don't know if I can afford additional skincare products right now. I'd love to share these products with you and why I think you'd love them. And then we can discuss budget and see if it's right for you. Budget is my favorite selling word. Because everybody's got a budget. Bill Gates has got a budget. So there's no shame in saying it's not in the budget rather than I can't afford it. And the opposite of that is that it implies that you could just move things around to make it part of the budget. Now you have scenario number, why did I go to scenario number 3 already? That was weird. Did I skip something wrong in here? Is it gonna let me go back? No, it's gonna be a jerk. All right, scenario number 3, you guys are gonna do this on your own, right? Same thing, it's got the script right there. So you can copy the script word for word. And she says, I have sensitive skin, so I'm hesitant to try new products. What do you say? I've got great news. That's amazing. I have great news for you. If you're new to it, Mary Kay, here's your script, Lisa, that you were asking me for. Look, I didn't pull it out of my butt. It is there. Mary Kay's designed an 8-week retinization protocol so that you can help minimize the dryness and temporary redness you could get. Unlike other programs, Mary Kay's got a gentle retinization process. So we have it set up so that it's going to maximize results while maximizing comfort. Oh no, you don't need to worry about it. Sensitive skin's totally fine. I have great news. This is designed specifically for people with sensitive skin because retinol by itself can cause some serious reactions for people, especially if they just buy it from the drugstore or even the dermatologist. But Mary Kay has created a program that's 8 weeks long so that it will be a slow process. Okay, things like that. So go through these. Pre-profiling is key. So they got a list of questions in the selling solutions. So this is the selling solutions one as part of this. So this is actually the 3rd module, but you can do it in any order you want. It says, make sure you try it yourself, share company approved images, share your journal. Okay, create your own journal and do it and share it with the pictures and incorporate them during your in-person or virtual skincare parties. Go live to show the order of application and information on dermocosmetics. You know, the really cool thing with Zoom is you could do even these, not this specific one, but the other Lincoln Learns with your customers that are on it. Because it's just the information, right? It's not like selling tips or anything else. So it's all made for you. So why do you need to reinvent the wheel? Then you go to the follow-up and it shows you exactly how to follow up with people. Okay, oh, whoops, except I skipped that whole thing. But so it has little buttons that I didn't press. So you're going to establish skin tolerance, understand and follow the 8-week protocol, get them to take before and after pictures every week, and do prizes for that. Remind them that retinol can contribute to sun sensitivity and that it's important to wear a sunscreen. So you can sell them a sunscreen if they don't already have one. Follow up constantly.
Question on sunscreen. When's the new formula coming out?
I don't know yet. Sorry, no answers. When I know, you'll know.
Well, because it's like if I can't sell them on a sunscreen if we
I
don't
know.
have any sunscreen.
Well, you can, just not our body care sunscreen.
Yeah.
Just the facial, like the normal Time Wise Repair, 3D, those ones are fine.
Does it
Okay.
have to be a certain SPF?
No, anything, I mean, obviously, but like not CC cream. Like 30 to 35 is your goal.
Gotcha.
Okay, so who is feeling less nervous about this? If you're still nervous, what's the first thing you need to do?
Go learn, link and learn.
Link and learn. The next thing, teach it to somebody. It can be a stuffed animal, your dog, your child. Lisa, do you remember when we used to bring stuffed animals to the meetings? And set them up in the chairs to make it look like the meeting was full and teach to the stuffed animals? Teach it to the mirror. Because even just teaching you guys tonight reinforced things for me. And it will do that for you. So teach it to somebody. Do a Zoom call. Be okay with messing it up. And you know, when you guys order it, when you can order it soon, yes, somebody can with rosacea can use it. And that's where the 8 weeks comes in. So they can be really careful with it. Especially though, they can use the calming milk a lot. Like it's seriously, people love that stuff. That you can start with them. So you can say, okay, I'm going to try this at the same time as you, Andrea. So we're going to share our results back and forth. Because I was able to order it at the exact same time as you were. So I'm super excited and I'm really nervous too. Are you willing to do this with me? Just like that. And share those pictures back and forth and remind each other to do it. Be a partner with her instead of a selling person. I love that this goes with our other skincare. So it gives you a great opportunity if you haven't sold her on skincare before to sell her on skincare, but also to amp up her results from the skincare. And like, let's say that she uses the full set and then does the 8 weeks and then keeps going until the bottles are empty. And she doesn't want to repurchase yet because she sees such great results with her skin. It's like when we're on medication and we think it's working so well, we don't have to take it anymore. You know, that feeling, right? And that happens. Then the only thing she has to do when she starts again is start at the beginning of the process. So she's safe to do this at any time.
So what if, I'm just thinking of, I have a few customers who are not on the full skincare line, Mary Kay skincare line, but they do use, they kind of blend.
Yeah.
Say it works best for them. So whatever. And they want to add this program. So I don't know what else they're using.
So make sure you do.
Okay.
So that's where we're going to get those individual appointments. So you're going to be like, listen, we're going to have a Zoom in your bathroom. I want to know what you're using. And I will tell you what to check under the sink for now. So you're going to be on the lookout for any exfoliators, physical or chemical. Okay, sorry. Can you hear the dog? She sounds like the Tasmanian devil when she's got the toy in her mouth. So look out for any exfoliators and any masks. Otherwise, it normally is pretty fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to go through those products. You can always Google any of them too and make sure. But this is like, these are not things you just sell like 20 of, like an under eye corrector or lash intensity mascara. These are individual appointments. And really sell that to your customer. Like I could sell 1,000 of these today, but I wouldn't be doing anybody any favors because I want to really create a process with you so that we can create this together and we can know that this is the right thing for your skin. And I'm so excited to see the results in your face. Like that. Get that appointment booked and then get her to show those results. Like when you get a really great picture and it's been 3 weeks, be like, okay, cool, here I made you, and don't let her make it. I made you a pic collage with the 2 pictures side by side or half her face or whatever. Can you share this? I'm on week 3 of the retinization process. And I'm so excited about the changes in my skin.
Is that how fast you'd see a difference?
You can see it like the next morning.
Woohoo!
Like, I'm serious. Take a picture the morning before you try it. So like your box comes. So that morning before makeup, take a picture. Like, I'm talking bedhead, the whole deal. Okay. Then put it on that night and then take a picture the next morning, and your skin, you know how when we put the serum C, the little vitamin C squares that they took away from us, and the next morning you'd see a difference? This is like 10 times that. It's insane.
If anyone needs those, I know someone who has a few extras because I suddenly had customers asking for them. I'm like, and then I found someone who had some. So
yeah, I have a bunch. I stockpiled because my son uses them, but now I have him on serum C plus E, and I've been taking pictures. So you guys have got to see his skin. It's crazy because he has acne scarring. So that is helping a ton.
the syrup C plus E, because I have a customer with scarring.
Yeah.
So
he's now using Naturally Cleanser and the oil-free moisturizer from Clear Proof, and Naturally Oil once in a while. And then he's using Serum C twice, morning and night. And it's a crazy difference in his skin, even with wearing a mask all day.
So I have a customer who's got pretty severe scarring. If she did the what is this thing called? Clinical Solutions. And then when she's finished using the serum C plus C, would you say that's the biggest bang for her buck?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even the Clinical Solutions will help with scarring a lot. Like, if Case could use it, but he's only 16, he's not 20. So I mean, that retinol it's pretty potent. I don't necessarily want to put that on his face right now. But if he could, that's one thing I would be getting him to do.
Okay.
All right, you guys want to see one PSA before I let you go? Do you see my awesome ponytail? Is it not like, can you see it?
Yep.
It's like full and voluminous. Check this out. Amazon, $15. It clips in right underneath yours so that it is like all full and 50s bouncy. It's crazy. I put it on and I'm like,
Love it.
I feel all like
my hair is
Sandra D.
My hair is heavy enough.
I know, but it's not heavy because it's a clip, right? So it sticks in the back and actually holds the ponytail up, so it actually feels less heavy. But anyway, that's my PSA for today.
This Wednesday we are doing a new format for patches and PJs. We're not doing patches and PJs. We are doing masks and miracles this
Love it.
Wednesday. So 3D and biocellulose. So if you guys want to come, we'll post once Crystal posts the link. She's setting up the link, but we will be doing that this weekend. So
I love that, you guys. It's awesome. And I'm teaching this Wednesday on Moving On Up. So I don't know what to teach on, but we'll figure it out. And yeah, we'll just rock this on. But honestly, get the masks out of your system now, because you won't get to play with them for a little while after you sell this, after you start this solution. But
I don't know why they have to pass it.
But yes, it will be. I'm just going to mute Lola. I don't know that she knows her things off.
Are you going to give us a preview on the whole line?
Oh, I don't know the whole line yet. Nobody does.
What?
Seriously, I don't know anything. The only thing I know is that I'll be able to order everything on the 26th. But yes, I'll tell you.
Because I know, well, obviously there's a beauty moments because they talked about that on the product case, but I'm like, that can't be it.
They haven't told us anything. So I'm excited. But yeah, you will get to order those soon. So start working for customers for that so that you can afford them.
Hi, Carol. How much is the sample?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know the prices yet. They haven't told us those yet. So I just know that there is a small size, like a mini.
And would that be enough for the 8 weeks retinization?
No, it's not for 8 weeks.
So they need more than that to finish that process.
That's right. It's just to get them to try it, to feel if it reacts badly, things like that, like to get them to try it so they see results, because they will see results very quickly. This isn't something where you have to do the whole 8 weeks to see the results. It's just 8 weeks to get to the process where you're putting on full retinol on your face.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It's probably bigger than the microderm minis.
Yeah, it's about the same size as that, but I don't know the price of those yet. So probably $5 to $10 would be my assumption.
Are they samples that we pay for, or is it?
I think they're section 2.
Okay, so they're not section 1 mini, like
Mm-mm.
3-week supply.
It won't be
Now,
a full set.
isn't the full set like 135 for the 2?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and there will be a limit. There won't be a limit on sets. There will be a limit on the individuals when it is available. So purchase the set. And make sure that you know, if you have a customer that you're like not sure about, get them started on the sample. Otherwise, you can get them started on the full thing. You don't have to do the sample first. You know, and if you can afford the back and forth, it's fine. Go ahead, Lola.
You taught us not to do samples and product.
I know.
You taught us use the full size.
Use the
Don't
full
change
size.
that
That's
now.
right. Exactly. So use the full size if you can. I just worry that a lot of people, not you guys, but I worry about consultants selling thousands of these and then doing massive product returns. So I do want you to get somebody like it. So my advice is if you give them a sample set, don't get them to do the sample all over their faces. Get them to try it on one specific area that they're having troubles with, like the WTF lines, the forehead line, you know, this part of the jowl, anywhere. So they can test for sensitivity and so that they can see that they like that. That's all. Because like there are some people that burned, like a tingling is different than burning. You guys get that, right? Like it should feel hot. It's going to feel a little warm, but it shouldn't feel like you want to pull your whole face off.
You know, I get very warm on my face. Like I turn quite red and but I think I'm starting to feel like that's from the CC cream. I'm not sure, but I did do the facial peel this morning and didn't have too much issue, but I tend to have rosacea. I turn like I get red all in my forehead line. Like,
and your nose gets red too, right, Lisa?
Oh,
I thought I remembered you saying
it's much better these days than it
Yeah.
used to, but I get like you can see the redness around. I have to put makeup all the way to here, otherwise I look quite red. It's kind of
So the calming milk might be a big thing for you.
Okay.
But those people especially are the ones who are going to say, listen, we're going to take this slow. And even at the end of 8 weeks, they may not, even during the like process when you would normally put the retinol on and then the cleansing milk, they may want to mix them. Like I like it way better mixed. And to me, it's not a big difference. So like, it's not like, oh no, I won't get the full retinol. I mean, it's still going on. Okay, so like be with the number one piece of advice I can give you is really pre-profile. And the second piece is really form a relationship with your clients when they're on this. That's all. But the good news is you're going to be trying it at the exact same time. So it's you two against the product, not them against you. So you're both trying something new together. And that's kind of exciting and fun.
Is that what you're suggesting us to do rather than
Yeah.
start it ahead of time?
I wouldn't try it ahead of time. I would get to know it like as you're doing it with your clients. Like, but I mean, learn about it ahead of time. But I would pre-sell. Okay. And then get them started at the same time as you. Even if you could do 1 week ahead of time or something, but otherwise like get them started at the same time so that you can share your process too. You can be like, these are the results from my girlfriends that have already gotten it in advance. I'm allowed to order it now. You can order it from me now, and let's try it together. That's it. Don't be scared. I know you're going to be scared anyway, but do your best to not be scared about it. No one's skin is actually going to peel right off. It's fine. It gets a little lizardy, but think about it. There's a reason a lizard peels its skin. It's so the new skin can come forward. And that is exactly what your skin will be doing too. But it is freaking awesome. Like, seriously freaking awesome.
So I really feel like there's enough skincare snobs in like my Bonta Vista community. Heck yeah. So if you know people from Bonta, at least from those areas, lake areas, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Look for the people who've been doing Botox parties.
Yeah.
Like, think about that concept. Like, I'm going to hire somebody who's not very experienced to stick needles in my face while I drink wine with my girlfriends. How could that go badly? I always make great decisions when I'm drinking wine with my girlfriends.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, it's a thing. And it's not that much cheaper than going to the doctor to do it. Like it's maybe like, I think it's, I don't even know. I've never done Botox, but I think it's like $80 a vial or something. And it might be like $60 a vial to do it together with your friends.
I have way too many cousins that have Botox and butt lifts and tummy tucks. And it's like, yeah, we're going to go.
You know what my Alicia says, Alicia Plows, because she works in the like, you know, the modeling community and the like beauty community. She said, the way you can tell if somebody's had Botox is that this area of their face is always so super, super duper shiny, and even powder and stuff never stops it from being shiny because it's so stretched out. That's how you can tell.
Okay, this is my cousin. She's like, I'm mad. Can you tell?
Yeah.
I'm happy. Can you tell?
I'm so mad
There's
at you.
nothing. I go, I want my kids to know that I'm ticked off.
Yeah.
So I really want to have that. I don't want Botox, so I can go, I'm really mad at you.
You like Goldie Hawn in First Wives Club?
Yes. When she's trying to smoke a cigarette.
Good morning, Robert.
That's the thing, but that's how we'll sell our customers on this, you guys. It's like that whole concept.
And
We don't want you to look
ask
like
them
this.
if they want to have that Botox look where it like they're having like my cousin literally she fell asleep on one side. She couldn't, so where she's trying to smile, she's like, just a second, I have to take another picture. And she's trying to like, okay, now take it quick. Because she's trying to smile. We're all taking pictures together. And she's like, oh no, I gotta get this face working. Well, don't get to a Botox then. Sorry.
It's true. Or like, I was just thinking about this. Hang on. Where am I? I gotta share the screen again. But like in Sex and the City, when Samantha gets the chemical peel and her face is like insane and horrible. And that's the thing. We don't want our customers to look like this. So this is a great thing to tell people that are around our age, because they all remember this scene. You know, or the scene in Christmas with the Cranks when Tim Allen has Botox and then he can't even drink his soup. He's like, there's a Will and Grace scene when they both get Botox and they're like, I'm so angry. No, you're not. Like that. Like, that's the thing. We don't want our customers to have to experience that. We want them to feel like they can age gracefully and still have tight, young looking skin that isn't, it's healthier skin. That's the number one thing. Botox skin isn't healthier, right? But this is better collagen, better protein elasters, better amino acids. It's getting rid of the dead skin that lurks underneath and allowing fresh, stronger skin to come forward. That's all it is. So that's not scary.
Love your lip color, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's medium nude lip liner with evening berry gloss on top.
Nice.
Just quick. 5-minute face. Winged eyeliner, which I promised to still show you. And yeah. Some blush and some mineral powder, and I'm done. All right. Any other questions before I let you guys go?
No, I have a quick question.
Oh.
I have a customer, well, I have a friend who lost a bunch of weight and now she has like a bazillion forehead wrinkles. So she's been getting Botox because of that. And her doctor said like, she'll never, because she's lost so much weight, that skin just doesn't recover. Would this help with that a little bit?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, I really think so.
Okay.
I'm going to get Tori to try it.
I've also heard an aside, fasting will actually help with your body. It's like there's something about taking the garbage out at the end of the day that fasting does. But anyways, look into that. But
That's how she lost all her weight. Actually.
Yeah.
She's lost over 100. Yeah, it's just her forehead. I don't have my camera on, but
mine is this. So really what the nice thing that you can tell her is that we're not dealing with rehydrating or re-tautifying the old skin. Retinol is designed to reproduce. It's getting rid of dead skin and creating new skin. So that new skin doesn't remember being stretched out.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it's going to allow that new skin to come forward that's got stronger bonds.
Okay, perfect.
The other thing I would really get her to do is add a collagen to her coffee or whatever. Collagen powder.
Okay.
There's lots of great ones out there. And you guys, this is the best thing I can tell you to do for your skin is add collagen to your stuff. There's tons of tasteless ones out there. If you message me, I'll send you the link of the one I bought from Amazon and you can't taste it at all. It's fabulous. But yeah, I would get her to do that just because that increases your collagen production in your whole body and can increase your cell production too. So like, I wouldn't make her any promises, but I would be like, let's give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst that can happen? She gets her money back. Make
Yeah.
sure you guys have
Okay.
a slush account to be able to do a refund of at least one set. So anybody who's like, you know, right to the end, at the end of the month, make sure you have money set aside. I used to have an envelope of cash just in case. So you can do a refund if they don't want any other products. Okay? Don't forget the lash and brow serum, BOGO. Right now, I sell so many of those, especially right now because lashes haven't been available. I had 8 on my shelf. They're all gone.
Mhm.
So this is something that, you know, it does have a 3-year shelf life. So it's worth stocking up on when it's on pink sale. Cool? And the hair clips, because they'll be gone. Like now. They will leave very quickly. Okay. Mwah. Love you guys.
Thank you,
Have a
Carol.
great night.
Good night.